Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Buzzard's Nest podcast. I'm your host, Buzz, and we're starting out a new week with a new little story or information. More likely, information right now. Let's see, we're back, and I have to admit, I had my wins taken out of my cells for this because of problems with outside calls. Making the outside calls to record stuff with Grumpy Duck, with Mike that I wanted to bring on the show. Everything in every program I've tried has done nothing but failed. It gets garbled. The last Grumpy Old Men, you probably noticed it was a bit, it was a little screwy. I wasn't really hot on that one. But I tried my best to edit it to the best of my ability. And that's what we ended up with. So, even though it took the wind out of my sails, I realized I wanted to do this for me, by me, and so that's where we're at right now. Until I get it fixed, or somehow I land a good wad of cash into my pocket to update this laptop, because that's the only thing I could think is doing is a laptop. And when we looked at conflicting programs, and we're going to give it another test, but keep your fingers crossed. If not, I got to maintain my motivation to do this, even if it's by myself. If the listener base isn't there, I got to remember, for me, it's not about the numbers. It's me having fun. If someone listens, that's great. And I hope somebody does. I hope somebody does and does enjoy it. But let me tell you something. We still have a sponsor. Yes, we do. And find my little paperwork here. That ain't it. It's still Lisa's Magic Clean. Thank you, Lisa's Magic Clean, for continuing sponsoring the Buzzard's Nest podcast. We greatly appreciate it. And hey, the Lisa's Magic Clean, they don't cut corners, they clean them. They provide residential and commercial cleaning, carpet and upholstery cleaning, specialty services like wall washing, move in and out cleaning, and construction cleanup. They've been in business for 7 years. They service the areas of North Huntington, Level Green, Murraysville, and Monroeville, Pennsylvania. You can find them on Facebook, Lisa's Magic Clean, or you can give them a call at 412-583-1215. Again, that's Lisa's Magic Clean at 412-583-1215. Again, thank you, Lisa's Magic Clean, for sponsoring us. At least we have something going right around here. All right, the subject I wanted to talk about, it came up on Facebook, and I didn't know this didn't exist anywhere else. I really didn't. I thought it was everywhere, but I've only been in weddings in Western Pennsylvania. The wedding cookie table. Now, I found this stuff on Wikipedia for more information. I found it everywhere, and it's very slight. And it's the same information they give at every article I may look at. But I'm using a mixture of Wikipedia's quotes and Better Homes and Garden, believe it or not. A cookie table, for those of you that don't know, because there is a lot of people, is a wedding tradition said to originate in southwestern Pennsylvania, where in place of or in addition to a wedding cake, a large table with different cookies is presented to guests at the wedding reception. Cookies are generally prepared by family members in advance of the reception. It is typically a tradition in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Youngstown, Ohio. Now, I've seen cookie tables, I've seen okay ones, I've seen amazing ones. The cookies aren't made primarily by the bride and groom or their families, well, their immediate families. It's everybody from the families mixed their batches of cookies, like with family recipes, to show off their family recipes, their family heritage. And they bring them for the wedding tables. Cookie tables, excuse me. Well, it's for the wedding table too, but it's mainly the cookie table. And there's some stunning cookies on there from ones that like you take the bite into and you stuff it under the napkin, and there are cookies there that you just stuff your pockets with because they're so amazing. Research has shown the cookie table appears to have stronger ethnic or religious ties, although in some regions of the United States, it is becoming more of a regional practice, primarily East Coast and industrial centers. I guess as we read on here, we'll see that it has an Italian background to it. So large areas where Italians settled, that's where it started out in, and more localities grabbed onto it. But it's very strong in Western Pennsylvania. Cookie tables are included in primarily Italian or Catholic wedding receptions. Other groups that also have cookie tables or cookie platters are the Greeks, Slovaks, Serbian Orthodox, Austrian-Hungarian, and Scandinavians. The inclusion of a cookie table is more widely known where those of Italian ancestry settled, i.e. Pittsburgh. Very big Italian community out that way. Where a settlement did not consist of a sizable number of Italians or Eastern European groups, the number of those who were familiar with the cookie tables decreased. Cookie tables were better known in the East than in the Midwest, South, Southwest, or West. So I guess it's just East Coast and some North. Research by the Arms Family Museum of Local History in Youngstown discovered the dominant areas for cookie tables were northeastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania. Cookie tables were also well known in West Virginia, New York, New Jersey, and Delaware. And it goes on to list the states where it's not known at, which is stupid. You just listed where they're known at, so why list everybody else? Thank you, Wikipedia. Thank you very much. I have to meet somebody that never seen a cookie table at a wedding reception. That'll be interesting. If anybody that listening has not seen a cookie table at any wedding, even if you're not out of state, please reach me on the Facebook. Reach me on the Facebook. Reach the Buzzard's Nest podcast on Facebook and let me know, please. This would really continue this discussion a lot. I'd appreciate it. While no one is really quite sure when the cookie table tradition began, the general consensus is that immigrants started out of necessity. Elaborate wedding cakes were expensive and many immigrants were unable to afford them. Cookies could be made for the wedding by grandmothers, mothers, and other family members at a relatively low cost that would spread out among many people, which is a very, very good idea. So they would bring their old world cookies and traditions to the wedding. And myself, this is new for me because I thought it was an Amish thing. Since we're in Western Pennsylvania, I figured it was an Amish thing, but it's not. And the Good Housekeeping goes on to talk about the same things already mentioned from Wikipedia. Now, what other weird traditions have you heard of that are in Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, or your locality if you're listening from somewhere else? Tell me on the Facebook page, Buzzard's Nest Podcast. Let me know. This is really interesting. We could probably look up and talk about these things for a good while that are predominantly one area. Now, don't give me your food products like Scrapple. I know about Scrapple. I won't tell you about Chip Tam, okay? All right.